Hello, welcome to my channel Rajnikant Kumar Singh IIT-PATNA. So in today's class, we are going to learn the first lecture of Foundation of English Professional. So English Professional का आज पहला lecture है, and in the sense the English language is very important when we will look out in today's world. Wherever you go, travel in India, outside India, the English language is the medium of language which is used for communication in various part of the world. Among everywhere you can travel by having the English language, and professionally the English language is very important, and the most important thing in this is the communication skills. Many of you will come to know the language, but how to communicate and communicating is very different. In the same way, how learning the chapter, learning the concept, and explaining or teaching both has a different talent and skills. In the same way, communication skill is very important. Okay, so in today's class, we are going to learn the language and communication. Language means the different types of languages, but we are going to learn the English, and communication, how to communicate it with others. So let us see in the first picture. You can see how there is two pictures difference. One side, left side is language, and the right side is communication. So someone is saying salam, hi, hola. This is the different languages. The word which is used in different languages for saying hello or hi. The same word hi, hello can be said in different form in different languages, but their communication, the right side, that you can see the picture how they are communicating the same thing. What is the key difference between language and communication is the first one. Language is a system of communication that relies on verbal. Verbal means what we are speaking, or non-verbal like sign. Now we are showing the sign for anything, codes to transfer the information. What is the main thing? To transfer information. Communication is a way of interchanging messages or information between two or more people focusing on the message. What is communication? It is the way to interchange the message. मतलब एक मैसेज को अपने पास से दूसरे के पास डिलीवर करना और ये अपना मैसेज को दूसरे के पास पहुंचाना. This is only what communication. Second point, language is a tool of communication. What is language? A tool of communication. Communication is a process of transferring messages that we have seen. Third, language changes dynamically as new words can be created. In good morning, you can say in very different languages, many types. In Hindi, English, Bengali, any language. But the communication is considered static. Static means it does not change as its basic step remains unchanged. Okay. The fourth point, the basics of communication do not change. The basic part of the communication in any language you will talk, the way of communicating will be same. Na? However, new words are added to the dictionary of language one almost daily. Almost daily you can say in the Oxford dictionary or in dictionary, the new words are always added daily. So language and communication, that is they are working together. Communicating with others is a basic human need. Healthy living involves interacting and engaging with others, and our primary means of doing so is through shared language. It is not really language versus communication, but it is language and communication. Okay. Now see the topic that what is communication. इतना देर से हम लोग समझने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, but actually what is communication? It is the process by which information is exchanged between the individuals. Individuals मतलब हम और आप, through a common system of symbols, sign और behavior. बिगनिंग में ही हमने स्टार्टिंग में ही बोला कि थ्रू द सिंबल, साइन और बिहेवियर के थ्रू आप अपने इंडिविजुअली कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं, अपने इन्फॉर्मेशन को एक्सचेंज कर सकते हैं, मैसेज को पास कर सकते हैं. व्हाट आर द एलिमेंट्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन प्रोसेस? मतलब क्या क्या है? सेंडर इज द पर्सन हु विल सेंड द मैसेज. इनकोड, इट विल बी इनकोडिंग. ओके. मैसेज, द थिंग विच इज टू बी डिलीवर्ड, दैट इज कॉल्ड मैसेज. जो चीज़ आप बताना चाहते हैं, इंफॉर्मेशन और एनीथिंग। रिसीवर, रिसीवर कौन है? द वन हु इज़ गोइंग टू रिसीव द मैसेज, जिसको आप बताने जा रहे हैं। डिकोड, then it will be decoded what actually the message is. And now at the last, feedback. Feedback मतलब how, in the, if any app also or anything which you are using, at the last it will ask the feedback rating. Like that, the feedback is about giving the last comment. Next one is styles of communication. First style is friendly, sociable. Friendly मतलब the people who are easily engaging with others. मतलब ज़्यादा दिन से जान पहचान नहीं थे, the first time you met with any unknown people, किसी अनजान आदमी से पहली बार मिले और फ्रेंडली उससे ऐसा बात करने लगे जैसे that you know that person from many years. That is called friendly way of communication. Directive, persuasive, demanding and blaming. एक तो ऐसा कैरेक्टर फ्रॉम द स्कूल लाइफ ओनली यू कैन इमेजिन एंड सी द ब्लेमिंग कैरेक्टर्स. They will do anything wrong if they cannot study the chapter, if they cannot learn and understand any topic. They will blame the teachers that the teacher is not teaching properly. So one style of communication is always blaming. Third point, speculative, initiative, searching. The one has the habit of searching new things. There's one is exploring, going to different places, advocating the new ideas, exploring or intellectual. Okay, disclosing the matters, revealing something. One has the, always you can see someone will threaten that I will reveal your the secret. Revealing, explicit मतलब pressurizing. Responsive, the one who responds very frequently and quickly. Accepting, if you have the guts to accept your mistakes or accept anything which is happening. And aware, being aware of the things which is happening around the world. This is the styles of communication. Next is nature and features of communication. As we all know, human communication is vital. Vital means important for survival, and it is one thing in life that we cannot avoid doing. So we cannot avoid the language or human communication. Communication comes from two Latin words. See now, the first one is communis. Communis, which means common, meaning to come together or to continue. Second one is communicare, which means to share something. First one, the communication is an exchange of ideas. You have learned communication is the process through which an exchange of information takes place. Okay, it is the sharing of information, ideas, concepts, and messages. टू और मोर पार्टीज आर इन्वॉल्व इन इट. मतलब इसमें एक या दो या दो से ज़्यादा लोग भी कम्युनिकेट कर सकते हैं ना एक दूसरे से. इन कम्युनिकेशन एक्सचेंज ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन विल टेक प्लेस बिटवीन टू और मोर पर्सन. दो लोग आपस में बात कर रहे हैं इंडिविजुअली, और 3 4 5 like a group we are communicating or discussing some project. Later on in our semester or in our course only we will later on do the projects, right? We will learn new things and discuss. That is the communicating between two or more person. The one who initiates the exchange is the sender of the message, speaker or writer, and the one who receives and interprets it is the receiver of the message, that is the listener or reader. Okay, and at the last, it is a two-way process. How it is two-way process? Because you cannot single or solo communication is not possible. How you will communicate by yourself? No. So for communication, at least two person is required. So no one you can say that you are communicating with each other, right? At least two. So it is a two-way process. Next we can next we can see the method of communication. The main method of oral and written communication. Right from the childhood we are learning in the English grammar language that oral and written, these are the two main important and the most frequent method of communication. Both, that is internal and external, are shown in the following diagrams. So you can see the diagram. Internal communication, orally through what? Telephone, intercom, meeting, conference, presentation, face to face discussion, messages. This is the oral. and written, like memo, report. We are showing the graph or chat, email, fax, notice, internet, form, minutes, staff newsletter. This is the internal communication. Next, we can see the external communication. For orally, we can see the meeting, conference or seminar, conversation, telephone, teleconference, video conference, presentation. This is the externally way of communication of oral. And how we can communicate by written communication externally, that is leaflet or brochure, invitation. We have got for orientation and invitation, right? Forms, press release, customer newsletter, advertisement, प्रचार करवाना, notice, ग्राफ और चार्ट, रिपोर्ट, ईमेल, फैक्स, लेटर, इंटरनेट. इसमें बहुत सारे चीज़ें जो हैं वो कॉमन है इंटरनल में कम्युनिकेशन में भी, एक्सटर्नल कम्युनिकेशन में भी. एंड यू कैन सी द डिफरेंस एंड यू कैन लर्न. नेक्स्ट, चूजिंग द चैनल ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. चैनल मतलब क्या? वो टीवी वाला चैनल नहीं. चैनल मीन्स द मीन्स, द वे of communication that is chosen to send a message is very important. The channel chosen can influence the message and how it is interpreted by the recipient. First one is cost, confidentiality, safety and security, influence, urgency, distance, time of day, resources, written record, recipient. You can learn by yourself. And this one, see the summary of communication choices. Your message is fairly simple. You need an immediate response. You don't need a permanent record. You want to encourage interaction in problem solving or decision making. You need to read the recipient's body language. Okay. You need to hear the tone of your recipient's response. Your message has an emotional factor. Next, what is the written channels? Your message is fairly detailed or requires a careful planning. You don't need an immediate response. You need a permanent written record. You have a big widespread audience. You want to minimize the distortion and that often occurs when messages are passed orally from one person to another. You don't need immediate interaction with your audience. Your message has no emotional factor. Okay. Scene of the summary of communication choices. Use the electronic channels when speed is important. Okay. Time zone will differ. However, when the time zone will differ from one country to other, like in America, and there the time zone will be different, right? You are physically separated from your audience. You can see the key stages in the first one. You see the sender, he is conceiving the message, then the message is being encoded, then it is selected by the appropriate channel. Then what the fourth process, it is the decoding the message, then the message after decoding it is interpreted, then at the last is giving the feedback. Who is giving the feedback? Recipient. And who is conveying the message? Sender. This is the communication process. You can see sender, then it will be encoded, then the message, channel, receiver, and it will be decoded. That is now the barriers to communication. Then what is the problem? Barrier means क्या रुकावट है. What is the distraction or destruction? That is the problem. So the barriers can be semantic barriers, psychological barriers, organizational barriers, and also personal barriers. So these are the barriers. One by one we will see. And badly expressed message, this is considered again under semantic barriers. Symbol with different meanings. Some symbol has bad meaning also, something good also. Faulty translations, unclarified assumptions, technical jargon, body language, and just a decoding. Next, psychological barrier, premature evaluation, lack of attention, loss by transmission and poor retention, distrust. Next is organizational barriers, organizational policy, rules and regulations, status, complexity in organizational structure, organizational facilities. And the last one is personal barrier. What is the personal? We have the fear of challenging to the authority. Suppose if anything happened wrong in your exams or national level, anything entrance exams, what you have the fear of challenging that. Lack of confidence of superior on his subordinates, unwillingness to communicate, you are not willing to communicate, lack of proper incentives. The next one is objectives of communication. What is the objective of communication means? The aim or the importance helps in decision making. The communication will help you to make decisions. It will ensure smooth functioning of the business. It will create effective team, boost your customer relationship. In the you are saying that many cost is invested for advertisement or boosting the customer relationship in the companies, increase the productivity, promotes motivation, enhance business goodwill. This is the objectives of communication. What is the difference between formal and informal communication? In this comparison chart of formal and informal, you learn it by yourself. Next one is the flow of communication. You can see the flow and you take the screenshot, learn by yourself. Formal and informal communication. Okay, two types of informal communication. Four types: single strand, gossip will, probability, and cluster. This you have to learn by yourself. Okay, the things which is mentioned over here. We will learn only this one, the 7 steps to effective communication. First one is what and why. Second, the first one, what and why, means what you have to communicate. You must know why you have to communicate. The second one is select a channel. Third, select encoding technique. Fourth, consider barriers. Fifth, send the message. Sixth, check for understanding. Seventh, obtain feedback from recipient. Now, the principle of communication, the 7C of communication. Okay, this is the principle of communication. The 7C you have to remember. Okay, C 7 times. The first, clear. Second, concise. Third, concrete. Fourth, correct. Fifth, coherent. Sixth, complete. And seventh, courteous. Learn by yourself. In successful communication, what is the key points to remember? First, read, then listen intelligently, think and plan, use appropriate language, be open minded, select appropriate media, time your communication appropriately, and then at the last, obtain feedback. So that we came to the end. And if I if you have understood, and some of the things is you have to learn by yourself, but I have tried my best to make you learn, understand in a normal, effective, simple language. But also, if anything is missed, uh, you can comment and I will try my best to make it better in the upcoming lectures. And subscribe the channel if you loved it, and share it. And that's the end of today's lecture. Rajnikant Kumar Singh, IIT Patna is the name of the channel, and together we will learn, together we will understand everything, nothing will be left over. Okay, so with this, I bind up today's lecture. Have a beautiful day ahead.